And just like that, the Detroit Lions are preparing for the Kansas City Chiefs. And one of the things I love about Dan Campbell is that he just talks to the media, talks to when you're talking to the media, you're really talking to the fans, and he just talks to them normal and doesn't act like we're idiots like Matt Patricia who wouldn't say things or hide. It's just like just talk normal. And that's what Dan Campbell did recently as he prepares for the Kansas City Chiefs and what he is talking about. So one thing in particular that he was asked about was Chris Jones. Chris Jones is holding out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he's 32. I mean, he's a very effective player for them. But I love what Dan Campbell said when he was asked, what do you think about that? Or, is he going to be in? Is he going to be out? He said, I'm not monitoring it. It doesn't matter. He's either there or he's not. If he plays 15 plays and they're all on third down and we'll be ready. Otherwise, he's not there and we'll just keep going. Thank you. Thank you for just talking to us normal and having an opportunity for us to just say, yeah, seriously, we're not worried about Chris Jones either. And if he plays, great. If he doesn't, then that's fine. That's out of our control. We've got more than one guy in defense over there. That's a fast unit on defense. And Steve Spagnuolo has been there for a number of years. I guess I didn't realize that. And he's done a great job. So one of the things that gets overlooked by the media, by the fans, is that Kansas City has a really good defense. And I shouldn't say really good, just an effective defense. They play fast, they mix it up. They're going to bring a lot of different pressures, a lot of different looks. It says it right there, actually. A lot of different pressures and looks. And so they put a lot of pressure on you. And so what's nice about that is, or for the Kansas City Chiefs, is they've got a great offense that they can fall back on. So you can play defense and call defense a little more freely because you're going to put up points. You're not stiff. I mean, I think at the Lions there for the last couple of years, it's like you couldn't make a mistake, not last year, but the year before that in 2021, we couldn't make a mistake because the offense couldn't. You don't play well. You don't play complementary football. But when the Chiefs know they've got a good offense, then defensively they take more chances and they do a little bit more than maybe most teams. When they have an offense that can, right here. I mean, geez, it's like I read this article before. When they have an offense that can put up a lot of points, that alleviates stress on your defense. Okay, so they got plenty of ammo over there defensively. I know what kind of player he is when he's there, but I mean, the last thing I'm worried about right now, until he's in the building, I'm not concerned. I love that. Thank you, Dan Campbell, for talking normal and just sharing the truth. He's so right. Chris Jones is just not going to be a factor. And if he is, he's going to be there for 10 to 15 snaps. It's all going to be on third down. Block him. He's just like another defensive end, really, at this point, just because he hasn't played. He's getting older. He hasn't been in training camp. So I love that. Next thing is you look at the Lions going into this game. There's three things that I absolutely love, and I don't think we're talking about enough. Number one, we've got a healthy offensive line for the first time since it was created, since we drafted Penei Sewell to be like, Penei here, better. It's complete. Either Vitae or Ragnar or Glasgow is going to be right guard. Boom. Center's good. Left guard, Jonah. Tackle is Taylor. And that offensive line is good. I did a video on this about how there's a revolving door last year between guard, and center because Vitae was out. So any other injury to Frank or to Jonah, it was twitching. And then, it was like, man, we never had our offensive line and our running backs weren't as good as they are now. If they were, then we would have just re-signed those two and been good. But we decided to upgrade our running backs. We're going to run the football. That's point number two. We're going to run the football more than people realize. I think that's Ben Johnson's core to his offense. It's not passing. It's creative runs that the NFL just has not seen. And we're going to put a lot of pressure on the Chiefs. And we are going to run the ball and hope that David Montgomery can make a guy miss or two and move the chains and control the ball. And so I think against the Chiefs, they have not seen an offense like this. They have not, and it's going to really kind of stun them. And we're going to be right in the game and have a chance to win this, no question. That's point number two. And then point number three is this is the first time in the Dan Campbell era, the Aaron Glenn era, that we have a secondary. And I think Aaron Glenn is a really good defensive coach. Hasn't had the players. Plain and simple. 2021 didn't have them, not even close. 2022 last year started to have some guys Hutch was coming on. There was different things happening, but that secondary was just not good. When you talk about Okuda, Owarie, forget it. He couldn't even get on the field at the end there. We just had a makeshift secondary. Now, look at the difference. You've brought in 4 guys that weren't on your team last year in the secondary that are very vastly going to improve it. Number one, Brian Branch is a star. I mean, star. I don't want to say that. I mean, he hasn't played a game, so but just keep an eye on him, right? Like, he's better than everybody we had last year immediately. Brian Branch, CJ Gardner Johnson is a star, is a bona fide star. I keep comparing him to Rasheed Wallace because he's talented and has the ability to come in, really change the attitude of the team. You got Mosley, who's going to be great, and then Sutton, who's just a starter, day one starter at corner. So there's 4 guys that were not on your team last year that are now into the rotation and can be really good. And then you've got Tracy Walker coming back. There's 5 guys right there. So the secondary is going to give us a chance. There's not going to be guys just running free. You're going to have a chance to really help and defend the running game. The passing game, because you give Hutch just a tick. Charles Harris is back, healthy, looks good. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of things that we've done that just make total sense, and so I'm really excited for that. So as we prepare for the Kansas City Chiefs, Dan Campbell fully aware of the Chris Jones situation. He says he's not, but he's fully aware. Like, he explained, I know exactly what's going on. He's going to be there, and if he is, he's going to play only on 3rd down. We'll be ready. I can't wait for this. I think it's going to be awesome. Craig and I are going to go live for halftime. I think last time I said maybe we might go live for the game. We're going to go live for halftime. So switch over to us. It's halftime. Come check us out. We're going to hang out for the duration of halftime and just see what's going on. So we're really excited about that, to really see what is going to happen as the season unfolds. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.